Jacob Rothschild died on February 26, 2024. But his family will continue to wield significant power and money for a longer period than you can imagine. In terms of financial power, the Rothschild family has a long history of banking and investment prowess. They've been in the industry for many decades, accumulating wealth totaling billions and even trillions. And just when you think that their money would have decreased after losing one of their valuable family members, wait until you hear about how Jacob Rothschild left various businesses and investment ventures in a publicly traded investment trust. The question is, does he really control the World Bank, resulting in his and his family's tremendous wealth? Did the Rothschild family accidentally command the assassination of 6 presidents in different countries? Or is Jacob Rothschild really the epitome of white supremacy? So, are you curious about the man pulling the strings behind the world's wealthiest family? Let's get to know Jacob Rothschild, the billionaire banker with a story worth more than gold. Jacob was born on April 29, 1936. Born into opulence and privilege, with a silver spoon in his mouth and everything in between, the word mansion is an understatement for Jacob. His education is the cornerstone of Jacob's knowledge in finance. Eton College, and later Christ Church, Oxford, became the stomping ground of Lord Jacob, without him worrying a cent about his lifestyle. But don't let that fool you. Life wasn't all caviar and chauffeurs for Jacob. Because he had to live up to the Rothschild name, to prove that they weren't just coasting on family fortune. And he did that well. After wrapping up his schooling, Jacob decided it was time to step out from behind the family shadow and forge his own path. He was so eager to make a name for himself and dove headfirst into the cutthroat world of finance. Slowly but surely, he started making waves. After that, the world didn't view him as a man with just a fancy last name anymore. He is the man of the Rothschild family. Now you might think that being a Rothschild opens doors faster than a locksmith on speed dial. But Jacob knows better than anyone that success isn't just handed to you on a silver platter. He rolls up his sleeves and gets to work, learning the ins and outs of the business world from the ground up. Some of his first successes include successful stewardship of RIT Capital Partners, plc, a publicly traded investment trust founded by the Rothschild family. Strategic investments with significant returns solidified his reputation as a savvy investor. His top holdings are rounded between the companies of Apple, J.P. Morgan Chase & Company, NVIDIA, and Chevron Corporation. Global financial leadership with philanthropic investments like the National Gallery and the National Lottery Heritage Fund, and so much more that continues the innovation and adaptation of his family in terms of finance. During the 1960s to 1970s, Jacob entered astute investments after he recognized the potential for growth in regions such as Asia and Latin America, positioning himself to capitalize on the economic boom that followed. In 1992, he began trading with J. Rothschild Assurance Group, a pioneering insurance company that specialized in providing innovative financial solutions to clients. Now the company is worth more than $18 billion. His acquisitions also include stakes in companies such as Royal Dutch Shell and British American Tobacco, among others. As the fourth Baron Rothschild, his rise to prominence was between the 1960s to the 1970s. And during these years, we think it made a great domino effect on how his strategic moves made a huge impact on wealth in later years. He has also been honored with prestigious awards and titles, including knighthoods and honorary degrees from Oxford, British Academy, Prince of Wales, Mont Blanc Award, and even being the Apollo Personality of the Year in recognition of his contributions to finance and philanthropy. Jacob's ascent to prominence continued even after his interest in oil investments in 2003. This deal includes a 5% equity interest in Genie Energy, which is also worth a whopping $10 million. Now he has exclusive oil and gas exploration rights to a 153-square-mile Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, 9 times the size of Manhattan in New York. Regarding our most important questions during the introduction, we fact-checked whether the conspiracy that says the World Bank is controlled by the Rothschild family is true or false. But as you can see in this article, central banks are not owned by the family. It is said that the majority of the banks listed are publicly owned, especially 2 major ones including the United States Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank. These banks also don't have or disclose any private shareholders. But this is just one article. How about the thousands of people believing and saying that central banks can be controlled by trillionaires like the Rothschild family? Especially knowing that central banks around the globe are just within the average net worth of Jacob Rothschild. Now, an article from the Washington Post made a stand that the Rothschild family is involved in the assassination of 6 different presidents since World War II. Though no names are presented, the article clearly purports many hateful contents and conspiracy theories, including the mentions of a meme where Jacob Rothschild states, "We own your news, the media, your oil, and your government." Jacob Rothschild is a prominent figure in finance and philanthropy, known for his business acumen and charitable contributions. While the Rothschild family has historically been influential in banking and finance, attributing notions of white supremacy to Jacob Rothschild personally is unsupported and unfounded. Although with so much money in their pockets, doing a morally wrong agenda like this is not impossible. As many would say, money is the root of all evil. Would this be true of all things Rothschild? Even after his death, Lord Jacob continues to impact the world and society in terms of his philanthropic events, innovation, and other growing areas in the field of finance. As the head of RIT Capital Partners plc, Jacob Rothschild has played a pivotal role in shaping investment strategies and decisions that have influenced global markets. He has also been engaged in advising governments and policymakers on economic matters. And of course, as a trillionaire, his passionate movements to promote arts, culture, and environmental contributions are not a piece of cake to beat. The life of Jacob Rothschild is a tribute to the saying, "Persistence pays off." His journey to success was not without challenges. His perseverance in the face of adversity teaches us the importance of staying resilient and determined in pursuing our goals. Even when born with a ton of money and privilege. Despite his achievements, Jacob Rothschild has remained humble and grounded, expressing gratitude for the opportunities he has been given. His example reminds us to appreciate the blessings in our own lives and to approach success with humility. But can all the issues and scandals his family has faced since World War II replace the things he achieved in his entire lifetime?